Yokoso minasan! Boku wa Eren no Gai desu! And
Travis Blackstone desu.
also known as Digital Mobsters.
Is this actually recording?
It's recording.
Oh, konnichiwa! Dozo yoroshiku. Travis desu. So we did an Evo Cup today. We participated in Evo Cup in awesome CCG in Nashua. That's not right.
It's Londonderry.
Londonderry, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire in the United States.
Yes.
North America.
Yeah.
For my
address
fans.
is. Other than that, we played an Evo Cup. It was 4 rounds total, and it was a total of 14 people. One person did show up a little bit late. Shout out Brian. But other than that, it was a good event. So we're gonna go over the decks. We're gonna go over some of the things that we talked about, some of the things that we learned, and we're just gonna have Analog Guy, AKA Dave, take it off.
Yes. So Evo Cup, lots of fun. I love Evo Cups because I get to interact with players I don't usually get to see at my normal locals. You see people from out of state because in New England, everyone has their own play pods. And with Evo Cups and Store Regionals, you get the opportunity to play with people you don't usually get to play with because it's a more competitive setting. With Galacticmon being a fan favorite from the Digimon Liberator comic, there are a lot of people coming out for that prizing. And, you know, this was my 3rd Evo Cup. And, you know, did well, did terrible. And into this one, you know, I was going to use this as a way to test for regionals, really lock in my choice for regionals. And thank goodness, because I got 4th place, and now I don't have to switch decks, saving me a massive headache.
Yeah, this is my 3rd Evo Cup as well. So the first one that I did was at Let's Play. That's the place that we take a lead play at. You've seen a lot of my skits from there. But that was, I think, a 9-person Evo Cup. I got 1st in that one. My 2nd one was the one at Battleground, which you guys know I got 4th in that. And then this was my 3rd one. I placed 3rd in this one. I only lost 1 round, and I bricked on the level 6s. It was unfortunate for me, but every deck bricks, every deck bricks.
Yeah.
But other than that, I know that your first one was at Double Midnight, right?
Double Midnight. It was a 4-person Evo Cup. Not super impressive. Got it. Got the Zenith. Felt all right. Took the same deck with some modifications to the one at Battleground. And I got something like bottom of the barrel because I was trying out some new pieces. Didn't feel great, but made some new friends. And then took the same deck to this Evo Cup. And I told myself if I didn't get like top 4, we're going back to the drawing board. New deck completely. And we luckily are not doing that. So let's go over decks. I was playing DM Machinedramon, a very toolboxy deck. You know I love those toolboxes. My matchups, I believe, gotta remember, it was Bees, which I 2-0'd. It was a hard matchup, and I had to really pay attention to the card effects of what was going on in security. If you don't know Bees, if you're thinking of playing it in regionals, learn the B cards and listen to your opponents. Yeah. They will punish you.
Our buddy Mike plays that deck, which that was actually Dave's opponent, and Mike's a very good B player. He has almost max rarity'd that deck.
It is a scary deck, and when Mike plays it, I can't take my foot off the gas. I gotta think, but I also gotta go, because he will stall me out. We love friendly fire here. We don't give games for free. Second matchup, I went into, I believe it was Jimbo, who is a cool fellow from New Hampshire, big fan. Now, he was playing Ex Machinamon, which is a deck I'm fairly familiar with, and I'm gonna be straight honest. One game, I got 1 game off of him. He didn't see his pieces. Second game, he saw his big boss monster, nothing I could do about it. Third game, we got to turn 2, and I was completely on the back foot. It was not good. Like, I was aiming to stall to get to the tie. I was not winning that. And because I did not pay attention to what he was saying about, you know, stunning my tamer and not paying attention to all the effects, he got me. He got me good. I misplayed and he better played me. And something I learned from that matchup, though, was not to be overzealous with Millenniumon. I need the protection on Machinedramon to do anything. I got too excited. I misplayed with the Blitzgraymon, having an ace on the field. And I also had Millenniumon out preemptively, which was not a good move. Then my third match, or third round, or the It was Mastemon, and that was fine. Like, I got 1-2-1. Lost a game, didn't see my Vademon, and that's okay. That's all right. And then finally, I got to go into a matchup that I was personally nervous about. It was the Venus-Neptune Control. My biggest worry about that matchup is, 1, how do I get through that wall? And 2, I know that it's generally a pretty fast deck. I learned later that this fellow was running the Marukimons, and thank God I didn't see that. Things that really helped me in that matchup were Kongu and Ice Wall. Shoutouts Kongu, Ice Wall, and Kabuterimon. Shoutout Jeff Nimoy. We love Kabuterimon. Now, the thing with this guy, and this is when you play DM, people don't know what your deck has, so if you don't get into your boss monster and you lose first game, that's okay. They don't know what you have in your deck. They don't know the toolbox. Use that to your advantage and go absolutely crazy. But yeah, no, I ended up getting 4th place, and I had a great time. And I learned a lot, so I'm really excited for regionals in April.
So I played Medusamon, as you guys know from my channel. Medusamon is one of my favorite decks. I don't play a traditional version of it with the Ukomons or the Memory Boost. I might tech in a Memory Boost, I'm not sure yet. I still like the unique emblems, and I was able to do a ton of searching with them, but maybe the Memory Boost would have come in a little bit handy at that point, boosting my memory up as opposed to being able to constantly play Digimon onto the field. But my first round was versus Heavy Metal Dramon. It was a good match. I got it 2-0. It's definitely not a favorable matchup for Heavy Metal, because the issue into that is they are getting rid of their hand, and when they've got nothing in hand, I can just pick and choose through their trash and go, okay, well, you obviously don't have this, and I can just get rid of everything they use to try and either scramble out from trash or do anything along those lines. So I was able to get that match. It was a good match, great player, but I think it was just I had the deck advantage. And the Cyclonemon, BT21 Cyclonemon very much came in handy because I was able to get mass removal onto the board, and I was able to target Heavy Metal Dramon as opposed to trying to hit the tokens to pull out security. Second matchup was against the same Neptune Venusmon player, the TS Aqua base. It's basically a big control deck. I was able to get that 2-1.
Nice.
The first match, it was just, I was able to just keep pressure on. I went into the BT24 Medusa and just made it so that they didn't have a trash in general. Second round, I lost that. They were just able to push out pretty hard, get into a Neptunemon and have a Venusmon on the field to kind of lock it in. And then third round, I just blitzed them with Medusamon. I was able to control the field really well, and I got into a situation where it's no matter what they did, I was able to play around it. And yet again, the BT21 Cyclonemon, wherever that card may be, right here, came in super handy because I was able to pick off those tokens without having to swing through them. And I was able to target a Neptunemon and just burn out his protections, so I could get rid of the Neptune and also get rid of the tokens as well. So this card is slept on, in my opinion. Obviously, if you're playing the Ukomon base, you probably don't play this card.
Yeah.
Next, third, I played against Jimbo as well, the Ex-Machinamon. This is where my forward pushing motion kind of fell out. The first game I was able to get into a level 6 Medusamon. It was the Time Stranger one, BT24, and there were no tokens that I could generate because he had one card in his trash. And I ended up putting him at 5 memory, which was not a good idea for me. He was able to remove the level 6, and then I had tons of opportunities, and this is a big thing that I want to stress is people will say, I couldn't find this card, I couldn't find this card. There's also in those situations, those people aren't given the chance to get those cards. And if you are able to keep heavy pressure on the field, even if they're bricking, it doesn't matter because you've controlled the environment. And that's a big thing that I want to talk about and you need to understand is if you can control the field, it doesn't matter if your opponent bricks. So in that situation, I had many opportunities to go into a level 6. I did not find a level 6 for the rest of the game, and Jimbo did an incredibly good job on stunning different pieces on my field. Now, like I said, there were a lot of turns where I would hard play something like an Elizamon and pass turn in hopes that I would pull a Medusamon and be able to end of turn Owen Dreadnought swing and then Unique Emblem into that Medusamon. I didn't get the chance to do that. And then he got to an Ex Machinamon, and that just blitzed my security, and I was gone from there. Second game, that was where it was a matchup that I took. I took the second round, and in that match, I made it so that he got a Dalphamon on the field and a token, and I was able to remove the Dalphamon from field even though it had protection, and I was still able to hit its security. I was able to get my pieces there. Third round, I did not see a level 6 the entire time. I didn't see a level 6 at all. I had the opportunities, multiple opportunities to get into level 6s, and Jimbo was even saying, he was like, you were doing all the right things, you're just not getting them. And my security consisted of 3 level 6s, and the other 2 level 6s were at the bottom of my deck, and you know, that's the way the Digimon. So I lost that 1-2. I still able to get 1 round off of him, and then my final round was versus Gigaseedramon, and I was able to, I love Gigaseedramon. It is an incredible deck, and if you don't know how to play into it, it can be very, very scary because that Betamon X with protection does have a good amount of removal as well. And my favorite thing to do is you have a Betamon on field from BT15 to Gigaseedramon, you Digivolve into the Betamon X tucks underneath Giga to remove something, decodes out the Betamon, and then you stun something from being able to attack. So super cool and fun, unique plays, but I was able to get through it 2-0. And that was pretty much my entire thing.
Sea Animals base, or was it like Betamon?
It was all Seadramon.
Okay.
It was like Seadramon, Songomon, like...
Okay.
It was the Seadramon card, Songomon, Cool Boy, like... It was a Giga Seadramon deck.
Okay, got it. So he was playing the Aqua, like, Searchers.
Like, yeah, so Songomon pulls the Liberator and the Aqua, like it was like a traditional... The only thing you can't take from that deck is the Betamon. The BT15 one's not Aqua, which is so stupid.
Yeah, but that's crazy. It's because he's an amphibian, correct?
Yes, he's an amphibian.
No, that's what do you get? Like he was cooking people.
He ended up getting to table 1. It was he was competing with me for 3rd place.
Yeah.
So I don't know the matchups he had. I know that I was at the second table. I was at table 5 for my first round, obviously, and then I went to table 3, and then I went to table 1, and then went to table 2. So I was at the front table, which the Time Stranger player that he and I both played, the Aqua, he was at table 1, not table 1, but table 3 pretty much the whole time. He started at table 2, then went to table 3, went to table 4.
But we got him, baby!
Yeah, we did.
Woo!
So we had some pretty competitive matchups, and definitely some decks that you will be seeing in regionals. I know Heavy Metal Dramon is something that a lot of people have been loving recently. That will be there. Ex Machinamon is bound to be there.
Bees
is definitely going to be there. Bees is a rogue deck that can be very strong.
Yeah.
Very, very strong.
I believe TCG Benji or whatever.
I have no idea.
He's at the Dusseldorf regionals went 6-2 with bees. So that tells me there are other bee players and you need to watch out for them. They are dangerous, they are psychopathic, and they are coming for your knees.
Yeah.
And
bees are very good. It's a very good deck, and it can really be strong. You would be surprised the amount they can recover. So if you're playing a slow control-y deck, they can build up security pretty easily, because a lot of those cards, the new ones, the new Forge Bee and the new Fun Bee, if there's no bottom or top face down security card, if they're all face up, you can just slot a card underneath. And that's essentially just a pseudo recovery where they can just keep building up their security. So you really need to be careful. Same with the Queen Beemon. She's basically a Hornet Eraser, and she can place Hornet Eraser in security.
We'll put that on the screen, outlining the effect. Now, if your deck is a black base or can run Congo, you should run it. It's very good into the Venusmon matchup. It's very good into the Jupiter.
Yep.
And the bees, they're going to be catching strays too.
Yep.
These decks with face-up security cards, punish them. These wider boards, Kongu never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
If you can do it, have the space for it, consider it.
Yeah, Congo's a very good tech card, especially with Hootie, which Hootie got a limit. I think that limit honestly helped them more than it hurt them. Instead of using the Shakuamon, and I'm going to make a separate video on this, Hootie players are playing in the Sylphimon from Time Stranger. The Sylphimon can still DNA, and it has to be a yellow and a red and green. You choose the Hootiemon for the green, you DNA with the Ankylomon or the Angemon, and then you minus even more DP, and it just turns the deck into a very aggressive, and you're still playing the wide yellow top end. You can play old Venusmon, you can play new Venusmon, ancient Beetlemon is a good option. Valkyrie Ace you can also play. You can play Cherubimon Ace, which plays out to Hootiemon. There's a lot of different variants of it now, and it's still, the Shakuamon was a good limit. I think they should have hit. Now that I'm seeing this variant, I think they have to ban Chitose. There was a time where Jimbo he had Ex Machinamon.
Who's Matt?
He was playing against Jimbo in the finals, and Jimbo got second, by the way.
First and second place.
But
good players.
He reduced the DP by like 25,000 DP. It was 3 Chitoses on the field, the Hootiemon. He was able to go into the Digilab to tuck the Shakuamon underneath and then DNA again. So you can still do a little loop, not an infinite one, but just a little bitty loop.
With the speed that deck puts out,
and
honestly.
if you remove it, you DNA in a Sylphimon, you remove it, they play out 2 yellow bodies. It is a very strong deck still, and I think that's an issue.
Yeah. So I guess going to regionals, what are you looking forward to? Now, at the time of this video, the 8001 set has not released. Well, it's released, but in America, shipments were delayed, so we were...
It was supposed to be released this Friday, wasn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
So Mara Burgers, effing chat boys...
Yeah, it's got delayed until April 3rd, or shippings can come in as late as April 10th. So there's going to be a lot of people, especially at the regionals that we're going to, that just aren't going to have the set.
And thank God.
It's either a good thing or it's a bad thing. And it's really hit or miss. I'm very excited to play the new Alter S stuff, which all of you know me, that I am a very large advocate of Alter S being restricted to 1 or banned.
Oh my God, same.
I just love Blitz Greymon and Crest Garurumon, and honestly, it's disgusting. It is really gross. You just need 1 8001 Greymon on the field. If you have all your pieces, you need 1 8001 Greymon or Garurumon, and you just hard play the other, and you can just go into Altarius, Sagittarius, Blitz, Crest, Alteress, and if you have Alteress, you swing it, you play out Alteress and Sagittarius, they see each other being played, you digivolve into their respected level 6s. It's disgusting, and for those of you who said it wasn't that big of a deal in my comments, if I can build it before regionals, I'm gonna take it to regionals and prove to you that it's a problem. I will prove to you that it's a problem. That's all I'm saying.
So you would take that over Medusamon?
I think so. Just for the bit.
You get 1.
I would do it for the bit. I would do it for the bit.
Yeah. We all get 1 bit regionals. Like I took Sukumon to a regional. I thought it was funny.
I did not think it was funny.
He was not.
I gave him a deck to play, and he's like, "I'm going to play this," and we practiced, and then he did it.
I took Sukumon. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I learned a lot at this Evo Cup. I really found the A players of my deck, so now I'm just like, getting practice. Because the thing with my deck being so toolboxy, I just need to be good. I just need to know matchups, and I need to, play better. I know going to these competitive environments that everyone has access to the same cards, for the most part. Obviously, natural barriers are real, but when you're playing to win, you gotta understand, hey, if you're gonna play something like a rogue deck, you better play that thing damn well and not be salty, and be a little scrub boy when you get spanked by Alter S, or Imperial Dramon, or Red Hybrids. What'd you learn, Travis?
I learned that 8001, I'm looking at it right now, still on pre-release on TCG Player, because it's got no release. Dude, I don't think this is going to be a full box looking at it. This is the way the box looks. This is a holiday set. I was right.
Yeah.
The reprint of Pyildramon's $35 pre-sale. Oh.
Well, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Endula Guy and Digital Mobsters.
It'll be sick if you did that.
Yeah, you should do it.